Everybody, thanks for checking out the Chris Gethard Show podcast. That's really cool that you're checking this out.
We're about to do, I think, the dumbest show we've done in years.
His life would be trash! And you better believe I'm trashed.
We are scrappy trash people.
What's the point of this show? I just turned it on.
We've always been with this show.
We've always been trash people. We will always be trash people.
It's true.
This doesn't feel real.
Hello! Live from my grandmother's basement, we are the Trash People. I'm Emily Pineapple.
And I'm Forrest, keeper of the Canon.
And each week, we become even more Planet Trash.
Planet Trash.
Planet Trash.
What
Doesn't
up?
that sound like the name of a History Channel show?
Yeah, it
Planet
sounds-
Trash, and it's just about
Yeah, it
how
would be
we're
like...
destroying the planet.
Did you know how the dump is something we all take for granted? But it has surprising historical roots. Some ancient astronaut theorists and biblical scholars have uncovered that the dump is actually...
All those midden heaps that humans used to make. We're not talking about that here on the History Channel.
No.
But we're talking about here on We Are
Trash People
is something, anything related to the world of Planet Scum, Chris Gethard's Twitch-based comedy network.
Very broad sense.
And this week, once again, we will be doing trivia, but
That's right.
That's not it! No!
No?
We have even more surprises for all of you. Thank you so much for complimenting my shirt. This is the Mean Lady shirt, which you can get from the Board Castle.
Yes, from their TeePublic store.
Isn't it incredible? That's right, the Board Castle, headed by a dear friend
Clancy
of Planet
Kramer.
Scum, Clancy Kramer, Tig Naruto.
Who looks suspiciously like Bane.
Suspiciously.
Suspiciously.
Like slutty Bane.
Suspiciously. And who was not there to play the box game when they called in, which was always very fun.
Absolutely not. All right, dears. Let's get started. Before we go to trivia, before we go to the special surprise. Special surprise. We're going to start off with Planet Scum Tarot. That's right. It's tarot from the beautiful Planet Scum Tarot deck created by our very own Stephen Premmel. Pick a card. No, you're not picking cards. I'm picking cards. Yeah, that's right. Because I am the human doing this right now. Let's get started. This first card. And this wonderful spread, of course, developed by Ada, Resident Witch.
Yes.
Who is often on the Discord and in the Twitch. Friends, this first card is the overview for your week. This is the snapshot for your week. If you're like, damn, I only have another second to take on this Twitch today, all you need to know is know what it is. That's right. The Queen!
The Queen!
The Queen! That's right. That's our Jess, and she is just covered in gold.
Yeah.
Gold all over the place. All these wonderful phones.
The Queen Lady, indeed, Horn Jedi.
Yes! Cat. That cat is fantastic. Cats are about mystery. But our Queen here... Let's see. I actually have notes with me. So I'm going to look and see what my notes say about this. But the Queen is about communication.
Ooh.
That's...
Communication.
Operator. I'd like to place a collect call to confidence, community, and connection.
Apparently
It's
that
okay.
Cat is
I'll accept
Jess's
the
cat.
charges. That's Jess's cat. And
Stephen
that cat
Premmel says.
is accepting the charges. That's what's going on. Yes, I'll hold. So this is a person in your life who brings out the best in yourself without influencing you one way or the other. That's the point of all the beautiful gold, as Stephen Premmel has told us, because gold doesn't leave a taste. So you can put it in your fancy vodka and only taste
The vodka.
vodka.
Which I would not want to taste.
I was like, wait.
But you say it's someone who brings out the best in you,
Yes.
which I would say is also someone who brings out the jest in you.
Oh!
What's the next card?
These next two cards are the worst case scenario for your week. That's right. We got your detractors, the things.
It's
the rabbi!
nothing.
Robbie, in the things that are taking away from your ability to be your best self and achieve what you want this week. My goodness, what could this mean? We can only, sort of judge it when we look at the card.
There's still one more card to be your worst case scenario.
Yeah, that is the actual worst case scenario. This is the things detracting, and this is worst case scenario.
No, it's not me, thank goodness.
The artist.
But it's not me, thank goodness.
Ooh, what does this mean?
What does it mean?
What does this mean? I almost wonder if this means that an over-reliance on trusting your gut in place of listening to people who have your best interests at heart, leading to your presentation of your art. 'Cause that's really so. Rabbi Robbie, this is the best advice you're ever gonna get. She represents the idea that you're not nothing. Okay.
Not nothing, for sure.
You're not nothing. You got all this beautiful stuff inside of you. You have that which you need in you. But if we have that on the worst side of the week, does it mean that you're isolating yourself in the name of artistic production that could be made better by collaboration? That could be made better by working with someone else, even if that's someone. Here's something that I've been thinking about with collaboration. Fucking just throwing jokes around. Yo, so like I'm chilling with my group of folks. What?
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 You know what I've been thinking about? Fucking blah blah blah.
No, but fucking You know who did this to me? My high school boyfriend. He said fucking all the time.
That
and we're
checks out.
still best
Yeah,
friends.
that
So
checks
we
out.
still talk all the time.
He's still very good at dropping a fucking as an but for comedic effect.
But I meet with these two people that I met in Christy Cello's stand-up comedy class, which you should all take classes from Christy Cello. She's an amazing teacher. But we're working through bits together. Like bits for my TikTok, bits for their TikToks. And I'm like, what does it mean that I'm putting something out that has a joke that was straight up by a buddy of mine? You're just taking jokes. But this is a thing. And that's the thing.
But
Is
it's
they have
collaborative joke
that were
trading.
mine.
Yeah.
Like that I threw out on their premise that they use as a tag, that they use as a way through the joke, and that's just what happens. That's just what the nature of art is.
Yes, and that's like very normal.
Yeah. And so I wonder if that's what this is speaking to. It's speaking to this idea of authorial intent of auteur, like the self-auteur, that pride, that ego, that's like, I want everything I make to be me.
Me, only me.
And so I can then give myself value if this thing has value, because if I let anyone else's stuff in there, the compliments I get are not real.
Right. Also,
But that's not true.
it's not true at all.
And it's the nature of collaboration, but it's still something I'm thinking about. So I wonder if that's what this is talking about.
But speaking of truth,
What?
while we're finishing Tarot Time, you can join up to play our Kahoot by going to Kahoot.it or using the Kahoot app and entering this room code on the bottom of your screen right now.
Yeah.
We got more tarot to go.
We do. We have your best case scenario for this week. We have your boons.
Boon!
This is nuts. Okay? That this is your boons, the Toydarian, the representation of the devil.
Yeah.
This card is a warning.
Uh-oh.
This card talks about your vices. Look, they're chained.
Right.
But their chains are hella loose. They can take off their chains whenever they want. But they choose to fall into their, for lack of a better word, sort of like addictions, sort of a laziness that is brought upon from overindulgence or perhaps just not facing your anxiety. I think that's so interesting that we get this warning.
As your best.
As our boon.
As our boon.
It's
as our boon.
easy to become stuck in a cycle of pessimism and unhealthy habits. What are you chained to? And how tight are your bonds? What do you need to let go of from a 9th-story fire escape? What do you need
poor
to let
pastrami
go
sandwich.
of? It's interesting that this is in our boons.
Yeah.
That the recognition of our change, the recognition of that cycle of pessimism, and knowing about it is actually what's playing into our favor. I mean, that's what I think this is saying. I don't think it's saying, like, it's good that you have a cycle of pessimism.
Oh, no, I mean, I wouldn't think so.
I think that it's saying you know about this and you know what you can let go of. You're self-aware, which is important. And sometimes you need to just give yourself a minute to, like, chill in your bad habits and not shame yourself. But it's interesting. Let's see what our best case scenario...
Of course it is.
Best case scenario of the week.
The magician.
Once again, the musician. Best card in the deck. Best card in the whole fucking deck. That's
what a
right.
Card.
We got Mr. Rude on the Pope stage with the Pope stick.
Pope Rude.
Rocking out.
Blogtoven. I agree. Can't think of anything greater.
I know. And I think that that's so interesting that the idea of being stuck in yourself and, like, trusting your gut. Is your gut telling you a bunch of anxious nonsense?
Good question.
It happens. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no. My
but
gut
is it?
Is fluent in anxious nonsense.
We should try and be aware of that. Is it telling you that you need to isolate yourself in order to be the greatest artist that you can? Is it telling you that you will never be able to be the great artist that you can be because you... I don't do my sketchbook practice every day. How they will know. They will know. I don't do these behaviors, quote unquote, that I have, that capitalism has decided
and I
justifies art. And therefore I cannot art.
Right.
You can art.
You can art if you want to. You can art your friends behind.
And the more we become aware of this, sort of the more you can achieve taking the stage for yourself, whatever stage exists. And that's because if they don't art, and if they don't art, they ain't no friends of mine.
You can leave your chains behind.
Yes! Oh my God. Safety art! Practice safety art, friends. Practice safety art. Be aware. This is your strength. When you think to yourself, these are all my pitfalls, these are all the things I do that I don't like, that's not you just being like realistic. That's you being like, oh, I now recognize these things in myself. And knowing that I can do whatever I want. You know, I can work around those or maybe make something entirely different than what I had originally ideated.
Yeah.
And I think that a way towards that is through collaboration. It's through your trusted friends, the people, mentors in your life, friends, all those things who can help you with your art.
And recognizing your limits so that you know who will be a good complementary collaborator with different skill sets that work nicely with your own.
And here's your advice.
Ooh.
Look at this. What's in the box?
What's in that box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Oh, it's you.
It's you. And it's all your potential. And it's all of the amazing things that you have inside of you. This is your advice. Your advice is that it's okay to remain in the garden of ideas for as long as you need to. And perhaps it is from this place in the garden of ideas that it's time to reach out, you know?
Yeah.
To people you trust to sort of get an idea of what direction you're going in so that you're not just like planting flowers everywhere and they're like out of control. Maybe this person who you're talking to is your therapist helping you unravel these bad habits or a trusted person in your life to help you unravel these things. Maybe it is just collaboration. Maybe it's saying you really enjoy working in a group setting to create these things. You need to set up more group meetings to make these things. Stop being afraid of your box of ideas, okay? It's in your garden of potential, and maybe you just need someone with a box cutter. It doesn't Jess seem like the person who would have a box cutter.
I mean, yeah, I think Jess probably does have a box cutter.
Right?
Welcome, Lindsay.
Welcome, Lindsay. Yes.
Writers group.
And it's fun and it's interesting creating those spaces. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still musing in my brain over all these things, over collaboration and over working with other people over what works for us.
Points out George Lucas has a form of a box cutter.
That's true. And he used it to commit murder. The BB-8.
No, I remember.
Oh, you're just gravely serious.
I'm just gravely serious about the tragedy that George inflicted with that Mickey Mouse knife.
So that's tarot time. Everyone, remember, you get to choose when you open the box in your garden of ideas.
Oh, Blogtoven also has one of them.
There's always people who can help you. A BB-8?
No, the knife.
Oh, a knife. A
Mickey
box
Mouse
cutter.
Knife.
Oh, sweet! Love those. Friends, that's tarot time. This is an unknown caller from Nevada.
This is an unknown caller, but we're not going to take their call right now because
they're definitely the same scam that's been calling me all day.
Also because it's time for a different segment.
Which
right. Is Show and
Tell
time.
It's Show and Tell time.
Yes.
I do laugh at death quite a bit. But what we have for Show and Tell today something that I got at local zine store, Silver Sprocket.
Yeah.
That's right, it's this thing.
Well, look
what
at this strange creature.
But behold this string I've just pulled. Do you hear it? Do you hear that kissing? It's also vibrating.
Well, hold it up to the mic.
Oh, you can hear the buzzing! What?
Yes, Silver Sprocket freshly moved after we helped install their
And they found
floor.
this in the back, and it brought me so much joy. They're like, take it home.
Stephen Premel says it looks like a haunted uterus.
Right? That's what I
Stephen
thought.
Loves it.
So we're going to look up some information about this and the artist. Because this is actually not a stuffed animal, no. It's an art piece. You know why? Because one of the big toy industries was using fucking lead in their toys. And when Congress was like, hey, you got to stop doing this. They're like, oh, why don't we set up a way that companies have to pay exorbitant amount of monies to get their materials like okayed by the government, so that despite the fact that we are the ones that fucked everything up, no one else can make toys. Only us. Because they can't afford it. So this is an art piece. It's officially an art piece. It's not a toy. And it's a gooberry.
Yes, and when I Googled it, the first thing that came up, when I Googled gooberry, the first thing that came up was a bunch of weed strains.
That makes sense.
Called gooberry. But when I Googled Attaboy's gooberry,
which is who it's by,
I found this. The Silver Sprocket website was the first result.
And let's read what's on this tag. Each gooberry has been freshly picked from a secret gooberry patch before ripening just for you. Like a newborn skull, their soft skin has yet to be fully formed, so a gooberry is very impressionable and extra sensitive to your each and every touch. Please, please, do not attempt to eat a gooberry, as they taste like strawberry whipped cream. Do not pull a gooberry string, as each pull, although wholly satisfying to you, brings the gooberry that much closer to a most painful death. Thank you. What's great also that I just noticed is right next to the string pull, there's just a nice little blood droplet
Oh, look at that.
to represent the most painful death that this little gooberry.
Blogtoven has a great point, which is goo berry.
Gooberry!
Berry?
So let's look up this artist.
So this is...
Because I want to know about
Right.
this artist who made this thing in collaboration with Silver Sprocket. It brings me so much joy. Who is the human who created this?
It is Attaboys. And Attaboy's website is Young
Are we
Factory.
sharing this with the people?
.com.
Because that's cool as hell.
Now we are.
Oh my god! Okay, who is this human? What do they do?
It looks like there we go. With the commitment to creating and curating surprising forms of art, Daniel Attaboy Seifert has forged a varied career, fusing subversion with sometimes disconcerting whimsy, which
Read up.
is a great... Let's read up some more, huh? Oh, there he is.
Ooh.
Atta's recent installation, The Cradle of Life, for example, is an interactive art installation depicting a decomposing but vibrant with life throne which sits two rulers. Participants sit and rock side by side, creating a pleasant rocking motion akin to a newborn in a crib. Other works include sculptural paintings on levels of layered wood which investigate themes of death, decomposition, and rebirth. Attaboy's work has been seen in books, magazines, galleries, museums, television, and many designer stores. His influence include Alexander Calder, Maurice Noble, Evinde Earle, Dr. Seuss, and the futurist Sid Mead. In June 2019, Seifert inadvertently created an international underground holiday. His one-day game of shrooms, Shroom Drop Scavenger Hunt, led hundreds of artists across the world to create and hide original artwork for collectors and the unassuming to find.
Oh, I love that.
Artists and gatherers from Hong Kong, Berlin, Japan, the UK, India, Russia, Switzerland, the US, and many more participated in the worldwide event, creating a worldwide, non-religious, no-cost, political-free interactive art show of making and sharing.
Political free.
The event spread viral on Instagram.
Is
See
this
the
person a white
hashtag.
supremacist? Do we have to look that up now?
I mean, I think it's more just like,
I think that based
Yeah.
on the fact that
Yeah.
the Silver Sprocket people work with,
yeah,
this
I don't
human
think it's.
means
I don't
that they're
think,
probably not a white supremacist.
I don't think that the.
I don't know. That's what they meant.
I think it's. I think it's meant lightly.
Leaving art freely around a city seems like a specifically like fucking radical left move.
In
Like,
2005, artist Annie Owens and Attaboy co-founded High Fructose magazine.
oh my gosh, they did.
Which has become a best-selling art magazine with global reach. Wow.
Oh my gosh,
Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. That's wild.
that's fucking wild.
And they live in. Oh my gosh, Ness.
They live in
Richmond.
Sacramento. They live in
They
Richmond.
live in Richmond, California,
That's
with
where
their
this
pug
guy's
Donut
from.
and Ripley, the one-eyed wonder dog.
They have a one-eyed wonder dog.
Yeah. Whoa, they live in my hometown.
That's really, really cool.
That's so cool.
I absolutely want to check out more of this artist's work because it is so much cooler than I even expected looking at
that's
this little
the-
thing.
That's the throne.
Oh, it's so cool. It's so gorgeous. It's so cool. Oh, cool. So that's in Los Angeles. These sort of like decomposing.
Yes.
Oh, I love the
At
structural.
the Corey Helford Gallery in LA.
Yeah, it's so
These
sick.
are shroombots, which are articulated and posable shroombots.
What? Blogtoven is correct. Jersey Dave needs to help us make a gooberry.
Did not realize I had left the gooberry quote just sitting up there that long.
Oh no, you didn't. I had looked
No, I
over.
did.
Oh, you
I had
did.
left- this was still the original gooberry was still up there. So this is show and tell so far. There's the shroombots. This is Game of Shrooms, a worldwide.
I feel like I've been to. Where's that gallery?
What? This the art.
The one that they have the picture of.
the
is that in San
the Game of
Francisco?
Shrooms.
No.
Oh,
Metamorphic. New works by Attaboy.
it looks like. It does look like one
Compound
of the ones
gallery.
here, but
Where is this gallery? You gotta tell us, man. They're like, it's pandemic. You're not going anyways. Please don't come. Oh
'cause
my
it
god,
looks like
those
that
are
one on Valencia. but
gorgeous.
I don't know that it is.
I don't think it's.
No, it's not.
There
The
are,
Compound Gallery.
There are a couple of really fun galleries on Valencia Street in San
Oh,
Francisco.
it's in Oakland. All of that is over in Oakland.
Fuck yeah. No one knows who these places are. I feel like I am obsessed with being from the Bay Area, close to the way Gethard is obsessed with being from New Jersey, which I find hilarious in him. So I must find it hilarious in myself.
Have a Gethardian enthusiasm for being from where we're from. Richmond is also the city of pride and purpose.
The Bay Area does fucking slap.
And Richmond has the Rosie the Riveter Museum.
Yeah, because that's where she was. I mean, she wasn't a person.
Well, but Richmond was was one of the Kaiser shipyards were one of the biggest shipyards in the U.S. during World War II.
Yeah.
And so a lot of those Wendy the Welders and Rosie the Riveters were right here in the Bay Area.
So now that we've all learned about this fucking amazing artist together, let's check out that Cahoot.
So far, Stephen Premmel, Eaton Pizza Son, Sarm Smith, and Hordarian Jedi have gone to Kahoot.it or used the Kahoot app and entered the room code 3420182. Sarm Smith is adding Gethardian to their personal vocabulary.
What's that? 342?
Big fan of it.
3420182.
Pineapple is still joining. We have the initial scumbag trivia winner, Melly, in as well.
I almost misspelled it. Pubapple.
Pubapple.
I should have left it.
And Planet Scum Live is here to confirm trivia if needed, which it has been before.
Yes, it has been needed before. Melly's here. Welcome, Melly. Winner of the Scumbag.
Winner of the Scumbag and a nice deck of Premmel cards. So we've got 8 people in. I think we should do you think we should give it a little bit more time, or think we should just get started?
I think that we should get started.
Let's get started
with trivia
right now.
Melly, I would love to do tarot readings with you now that you have your own deck. You need to pull some cards. See some futures. I want to see what you pull, what you think of it.
But now it's time to Cahoot. Here is question number 1 in 3, 2, 1. On Googie Morning, Riley has recently referred to coffee as blank. Has he called it go juice, chicken ass, rocket fuel, or weird mud?
Oh, fuck. All of those sound too likely.
What has Riley called his morning coffee recently on Googie Morning? And it's even in the recap that played yesterday on Mary Houlihan's painting party.
Oh, shoot, it is?
Where I got to be a guest.
So I very well may have gotten it correct.
You have definitely seen
just from guessing. Damn
3
it!
of you got it correct. It is, in fact, chicken ass.
I thought it was going to be weird
Chicken
mud.
ass. Weird mud was my tricky answer.
But me and Melly are tied.
But you and Melly are tied. Let's see where other people's standings are on the leaderboard. That's right. Stephen Premmel is in first place and corrects me. I should have said Mary Houlihan. Eaton Pizza Son in second, Blogtoven in third, Hordarian Jedi and Offbeat Valerie in fourth and fifth. But that was just question 1, so you got plenty of time to boost up that score as we go to question number 2. Who played the Keeper of the Battledome on the Chris Gethard show? Oh. Was that Anthony Atominik, David Bloveband, Connor O'Malley, or Drew Johnston? And while you're answering, here's a fun fact. The reason my title is Keeper of the Canon was as a reference to the Keeper of the Battledome, because I thought it would be funny, as my role on the podcast version of this was essentially just showing the connections between that and talking about Gethard cast members' other work. So I was like, well, it's funny if my name indicating I just do in-jokes is also an in-joke. Stephen Premmel gave a hint here in the chat. Ooh, yeah, I could do that as a future Planet Scum trivia. I may also do one about the fact that I was on Mary Houlihan's show last night. But yeah, the person who is the correct answer is killing it everywhere they show up recently, including Three Busy Debras.
That makes me think maybe I got it wrong.
Maybe you did. We only have a couple seconds left. The correct answer is Anthony Atominik.
I got it right!
He played the mayor on Three Busy Debras. And the Keeper of the Canon appeared in Smash Cut to the Past, Smash Cut to the Future, and Keeper and Company. Oh, also, yeah, Planet Scum Live's name is also a reference to the Chris Gethard show. We have so much in common. I agree, Planet Scum Live. And thank you, Horde Jedi. I was really happy with how my smoke monster turned out.
It was adorable.
And I was not going to do the "Here Lost" joke until everyone in the chat was like, "We're lost. We're lost. We need an answer."
Did eagle-eyed viewers notice Forrest's face moments after the cat left the table the first time?
Yeah.
He looked over to the left and had this look on his face like, "Oh God, Emily, please no."
Yeah, it was screen.
Why? Because I was about to put the cat back on the
screen
table.
Left. It was screen left, my right, and I just was like, "Oh, what's happening?"
He's just like, how much has the chaos bug gotten her, and how much is she gonna fuck up?
Oh, I knew the chaos bug had gotten you. I don't really ever wonder that, but I do wonder, what's everyone standing on the leaderboard? Stephen Prumel holding on to first, Eden Peterson holding on to second, but Sarm Smith is in third, Pineapple's in fourth, and Offbeat Valerie up in fifth place.
Hell yeah.
Let's see if Pineapple's luck continues as we go to the next question. Which member of the George Lucas Talk Show cast most recently joined Twitter? Is that Patrick Kottner, Watto, Crawley, or George?
Oh, wait.
Which of them most... Yeah, 8 of you got it correct. It is, in fact, Crawley.
Yay! I guessed.
You can follow Crawley on Twitter at CrawleyTheCrawl. Sometimes Crawley's tweets are formatted as tweets, and other times they're formatted as crawls.
Somehow, Twitter has returned.
And Horde Jedi asked a question which led to a huge revelation. Emoji are very heavy, which is why Crawley doesn't tend to include them in their crawls.
Because they're floating through space and they don't want to fall? Okay.
Yeah. Crawley went off on some people. That is true, Jazz Fatson.
Did they?
Crawley's a cutie. I won't tell them, Horde Jedi. I won't tell them.
Wait, who did Crawley go off on?
People asked questions. It was a joke. Crawley was doing a bit.
Okay.
Crawley was doing a bit. I don't have a segue, so here is the leaderboard. Stephen Premel still in first, Eaton Peterson in second, Offbeat Valerie up into third place, Blogtoven in fourth, and Hordarian Jedi in fifth. Just the bits. Here's the next question. The podcast version of Who Wants 269 is produced by which podcast network? Is that Rooster Teeth, Two Scoops Network, Frog Pants, or Diamond Club?
I know this one.
Seen here is a picture of podcasting. You can tell because the sign explains what's happening. In other words, now this is podcasting. I also love the earbuds case just sort of sitting there.
As if to imply that you are monitoring yourself through those earbuds.
As if
despite
earbuds.
the fact that the mic is obviously plugged into, like, that's an XLR, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying this. Like,
Hey, you got it correct. It is, in fact, the Two Scoops Network. Which one did you think was fake? Because none of them are fake.
Oh.
They're all real.
Frog Pants?
Frog Pants is a real podcast network.
I thought so. I thought that's the best name I've ever heard, and it's probably real because podcast networks are the only things with good names.
It was two random words that the podcaster who created it already had bought as a URL.
Frog Pants?
So they just used it when they went independent. That is true.
This is, again, I mean, I think it's, look.
The answer is...
Am I saying that more podcast network creators need to be involved in naming scientific terms?
I agree. They definitely name things better than historians or scientists. But
they
the answer...
found new types of quarks, and they call them squarks.
Squarks is fine.
Because they're...
they should call them nogs. Not nogs. What's his
symmetrical.
friend? What's
like,
Quark's
the idea
friend?
is they're symmetrical. So
what's Quark's brother? What's the other... I almost called them Toydarians.
They're not Toydarians.
What's the other Ferengi on DS9?
Who is the other space Jew?
But the correct answer is Two Scoops Network, which was founded by Kelsey Kane and Jamie Rabinovich. Yes.
Wrong!
And they co-host a podcast together on it as well.
Oh, what's their podcast?
Wantrepreneurs.
Ooh, that's
So
cute.
check that out as well. Check it all out at
Yeah.
Two Scoops Network's website, Instagram, and Twitter.
Honestly, I could use another, like, two chicks chatting podcast.
It's great. And as Kelsey Kane has proudly promoted on Twitter, do you like comedy
I do.
without sexual offenders?
I don't like those.
No, without them.
I do like
You
it
like it
without
without
them.
people
I
who
like
sexually
comedy.
harass people.
I don't like sexual offenders. This
Well-
sounds like the place for me.
She doesn't want to work with any of those people. So check out Two Scoops Network. And also just check out Kelsey's Twitter. Kelsey Kane's Twitter is a wonderful follow. Exactly. Sarm Smith, I think we all love that. Just
Yeah.
like we all love looking at the leaderboard. Oh yeah, also she is Kelsey fucking Kane, as was recently
Kelsey.
made clear. Oh yeah, you can also squeeze...
I forgot about this part.
But Offbeat Valerie just hit 3 correct answers in a row. As Stephen Prummel's in first, Eaton Peterson in second, Blogtoven, Pineapple, and Ish rounding out the leaderboard. I heart Kelsey indeed, Lindsay Premmel. You know what else I heart? I heart the next question. Oh, Sarm Smith's dog is cocking his head to that squeak, which is hilarious. Squeak, squeak, squeak!
Come get it, boy. Here comes the boy.
I think squeak, 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 to me, squeak, squeak, squeak means, here's the next question. Which Free Guy star was one of the 2 guys on Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place?
What the hell is
Joe
this?
Keery, Taika Waititi, Ryan Reynolds, or Lil Ray Howery. Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place was a sitcom, which was then later retitled to Two Guys and a Girl because the pizza place got fired. No, it's
I'm
'cause
so confused,
they
Forrest.
sold the pizza place on the show.
You have
6
to
of you got it
explain
correct.
everything about this question.
Okay. Oh, Stephen Premmel still has it on a hard drive, so I don't have to explain it to Stephen Premmel. But let's take it aside to explain. So,
I hoped it was Taika Waititi.
oh, and Nathan Fillion is also on Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. Yeah, exactly. He was
Why
one
did
of
the
the
pizza
people.
place get fired?
I don't know. I think they sold the pizza place.
What do you mean, like, within the Okay, no. Explain this from the
Okay.
beginning. Give me the
Which
premise
part
of this show.
Of Two Guys and a Girl and a Pizza Place, or a Free Guy? 'Cause
Both of those!
Free Guy is a new movie where Ryan Reynolds plays an NPC who becomes
yeah.
self-aware and gets glasses so he can see the user interface and goes rogue.
That's really cool.
And Taika Waititi is, I think, the villain as the person who owns the game company or something.
Taika Waititi... Okay, so can I complain about Taika Waititi being in too many things so that I can no longer take the fact that Taika Waititi is in it to mean that it is definitely a really good movie?
Yeah, I
because they're
miss-
just handing him money
I
that
miss
he
when
should
that-
continue to take.
I do miss when that was like, he probably made this movie. It's probably
like,
good.
oh wow, you probably helped write it or something. Like, no, they're just handing him
The
money
Free Guy
at this point.
is a 2021
which is
American science
good.
fiction action comedy
But
where it's in the open world video game Free City. Guy, Ryan Reynolds, is a non-player character working as a bank teller thanks to a program developed by programmers Miles, played by Jodie Corner, and Keys, played by Joe Keery, which is inserted into Free City by the publisher Waititi.
Oh.
Guy becomes self-aware of his world being a video game and takes steps to make himself the hero, creating a race against time to save the game before the developers can shut it down.
all right.
Okay,
Great.
he
Wonderful.
also plays a character named Dude. Also, a bunch of Twitch streamers are in it. Alex Trebek is in it.
Fantastic.
The Rock is in it. Tina Fey is in it. Not as fantastic. Chris Evans is in it. And John Krasinski is in it as well. Probably
Wonderful.
doing a little something like this.
You're not looking in the camera.
I know, I missed the camera. Killing the joke. Oh, Killing Eve. Which I
Oh.
recently learned was showrun
Good. Yeah.
by Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah, which is crazy. No, you need to tell me what this freaking pizza
Okay.
place thing
So
is
that
about.
was the prelude. Now we go
So
back
that's
in
a
time.
movie.
to
Great.
Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Okay.
Which was a show which aired on ABC started as a 13-episode mid-season replacement
Okay.
in 1998.
Oh my gosh.
The first season was Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and now she promotes a new female showrunner each year, which is very cool, and she
I
created
love
it.
that.
That's wonderful.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta support people.
I've also heard that it's really, really good. from my friends who have watched it.
I do not remember Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place
Neither
being
do I.
very good. I remember this show.
I was 9.
So the series ran for 4 seasons, ending with a planned series finale, which was the 81st episode in 2001. So, first it starred Ryan Reynolds, Richard Racucolo, and Traylor Howard, who was also on Monk, as the title. She was Monk's first assistant.
Okay.
Or second assistant.
Okay.
No, first assistant. Yeah, first assistant.
Okay.
And the second season
I cannot
saw
deal with Monk. I
the
cannot
arrival
watch
of 2 additional recurring
SFPD.
characters, Johnny Donnelly, which was Nathan Fillion. The series finale was called The Internet Show because people on the internet voted on the show's characters' outcomes. Like, they decided the fates of the characters on the final episode.
Really? Was that the first time that happened? Because that was just when the internet became, like,
It might have been, yeah. So, it was based on the life of its creator, who worked at at a fictional Beacon Street Pizza, which is based on Theo's Pizza in Massachusetts. And so it just starred people who worked at a pizza place for the first 2 seasons.
Okay. And they attended
And at the
Tufts.
start of season 3, the pizza place is abandoned entirely.
What's the plot of this show? Just relationships? Just, like...
I mean, it's,
standard sort of sitcom
the
thing.
first season features Melissa, Pete's girlfriend, and David Ogden Stiers, who MASH fans will remember as Charles Winchester, as Mr. Bauer, a delusional old man who frequents the pizza place, pretending that experiences from films are his own. And then they disappear in the second season entirely.
Wow. So apparently the captain from Monk was Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
That is true.
Which is a great allegory for the SFPD, who tries to use pinkwashing to eliminate their horrifying
this is
crimes
Ish
against
pointing
humanity.
out that the pizza place quit to work on Law and Order, which is true. The pizza place
is now on Law and Order.
Was then on Law and Order. No, I think...
I don't understand that at all. Do you mean the location? Are you joking with me?
No.
Okay.
They moved it out of the pizza place
I was so confused.
Because one of the characters, Ryan Reynolds' character, began a medical residency, and so they went off to the medical school and didn't work at the pizza place anymore.
I see.
So it was really real. It was just... Blink-182 was on it, where they played at the pizza place naked in the 3rd season. But they did it in the 3rd season when the pizza place, according to this very article, had been abandoned.
Adam Carolla as himself.
Oh, great. It crossed over with the Drew Carey show. So Mimi from the Drew Carey show appeared. That's
What is this? What is this time in television history?
Oh, and this was the cast.
Okay,
This was the two guys and a girl era.
I think I have a general idea.
Oh, we're not sharing screen anymore.
Oh, so you guys have just been looking at me reacting.
So this is the cast
to pictures
of that era. The pizza place was Blogtoven's favorite character. I can't quite disagree.
Lovely.
I thought they really jumped the shark when they left the pizza place.
I love pizza.
I like pizza a lot.
All right.
And so for people who don't know, David Ogden Stiers, that's him.
So, Forrest, what possessed you to write this question?
I saw an ad for Free Guy.
Oh.
And was like, oh yeah, remember the show Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place? That was a funny title for a show. Let me do a question about it so I get to talk about how at one point, not that long, mediumly long ago on ABC now, there was a show with the absolutely non-SEO friendly title, Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. And you know what? I think we should look at
who got that right.
At 5 people on a leaderboard. Stephen Premel, who still has the show on a hard drive, got it right. But This Is Ish and Offbeat Valerie are now on the leaderboard as well in 4th and 5th place. No, I have not looked up the titles for season 1 of the Drew Carey show, but I probably should for a future trivia.
Smith saw Ryan Reynolds shooting a movie.
I wonder what movie it was. Hopefully it was...
What,
the
Deadpool?
Gritty film reboot of Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. But speaking of things I've seen,
yes,
let's go to the next question. Which Chris Gethard Presents episode aired on the most recent Saturday Not Live? I love that we're 47 minutes in and we're only 6 episodes into the quiz, 6 questions into the quiz. We're going to rush through some of these. Oh, it was Deadpool and the Pizza Place, but was it Freak Fest, The Great Night Show, Comedy Amateur Class, or Klon on the most recent Saturday Not Live.
I would definitely watch Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool running a pizza place.
Oh, that actually brings up a fun fact. Taika Waititi and Ryan Reynolds did a promo video for Free Guy as Deadpool and Korg. Korg, who is the Rockman Taika played in Ragnarok. But yeah, Freak Fest with Meg Stalter and Richie Owens aired on the most recent Saturday Not Live.
Richie Owens, haver of another orange cat named Gatsby.
And eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed the two of us on that very episode of CGP as callers.
But not that cat. Where's that cat?
Cat's probably sleeping. He was sleeping on my pillow earlier. Also, fun fact, Pug from the Discord called in on that very episode. Because he was mad his cat didn't pay rent. So let's go to the leaderboard and see who should be mad now.
Still doesn't pay rent.
Not Stephen Premmel, not Eden Pietzson, not Offbeat Valerie, Stormsmith, or Blogtoven, because they're all on the leaderboard, and Stephen Premmel has the highest answer streak of 6.
I'm 23 points behind you, Blogtoven, and I'm coming for you.
I'm the mad now pug. Indeed.
I could see Taika and Ryan Reynolds becoming friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. You got similar vibes. Speaking of vibes, let's go to the next question. What is the name of Riley Soliner's upcoming documentary about Sean from Michaels, the trailer for which aired in the IWTV 100 last weekend? Is it Champion Kinda, The Art Make a Kid, Beyond the Easel, or Orange You Glad I Won?
I love that one.
And of course, many of our viewers may have seen the sneak peek at the doc that Riley gave on Googie Morning. 5 of you got it correct. It is, in fact, Champion Kinda, because Sean from Michaels was the head of the Kinda movement, and you can even see a Kinda sticker on the Planet Scum Discord right now if you want to see some of that graphic design from Champion Kinda and Sean from Michaels.
It's a good design. Gonna be real.
It's a great design, and Sean from Michaels is, of course, a parody of Shawn Michaels, the sexy boy, the heartbreak kid. So let's go to the leaderboard to see who is in. Ooh, Blogtoven in 4th. Pineapple has taken 5th. Pineapple has taken 5th.
Behind you, Blogtoven, 5 points.
Will Blogtoven hold on to 4th, or will Emily take the lead based on the next question? Let's find out. Mel Brooks and Buck Henry created which spy-based comedy TV series? Was that Spy Hard, Get Smart, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., or Johnny English? This was a show from the 1960s, which was rebooted as a movie a little later on. It told the story of Maxwell Smart, who was a spy with a shoe phone.
Damn it.
And his later wife, Agent 99. In the movie, Maxwell Smart was Steve Carell, and Agent 99 was Anne Hathaway, which was a strange pairing. Great show. I grew up on it. He got into the underground lair through a phone booth.
What? That's cool.
It was very cool. Yeah, the movie was very weird. But yeah, it starred Don Adams as Maxwell Smart, who would later play Inspector Gadget on Inspector Gadget. Let's see who missed it by that much by going to the leaderboard. Pretty static. All of our leaders so far got it correct, except for Pineapple, who remains in 5th place.
I'm 988 points behind you, Blogtoven.
They had the Dome of Silence.
I'm coming for you.
Let's see if Pineapple will overtake Blogtoven with question number 9. Which comedian shared their gripes with religion in the book Me of Little Faith? Was that Ricky Gervais, Louis Black, Eddie Izzard, or George Carlin?
Ooh, good
Seen
question.
here is a church, which is a building where Christian religion happens, for those who are unfamiliar. 3 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, Louis Black.
Oh, damn.
From The Daily Show. Did you think Ricky Gervais?
I thought Eddie Izzard because I wanted it
my
to be Eddie
trick
Izzard.
was
There's
Ricky
a
Gervais.
cat underneath us.
4 of
and
you
I'm
fell for
trying
my
to
little
get it.
trick, which was Ricky Gervais. The book was published in 2008. Oh, nope. I tricked you.
Look what I caught.
I understand why someone would think it was her, but it was not Eddie Izzard. But we have a cat now.
Look at this cat. Look at it.
We also have a leaderboard where Stephen Premmel is holding on to first, but Offbeat Valerie is coming from behind in second place. Eaton Peterson's in third, Blogtoven in fourth, and Hordarian Jedi has retaken fifth place. So let's see if Hordarian Jedi's rise continues or if Pineapple strikes back.
I'm only 78 points behind you,
With our next question. Jim Carrey played Andy Kaufman in which biopic?
Oh.
Man on the Moon, The Great Beyond, Andy, or I Swear to God I Am Not Tony Clifton.
Who's Tony Clifton?
A lounge singer who I swear to God is not Andy Kaufman. It's a lounge singer that Andy Kaufman played once and people thought was still Andy Kaufman, but it was not. It was Tony Zamuda. It's Man on the Moon!
Yeah!
Which was released in 1999, but there is a great documentary about it called Jim and Andy, The Great Beyond.
And it was very interesting.
Thank you, Stephen Premmel. It's also unclear how sincere Jim Carrey is in anything he says in that documentary, or if he is doing performance art. Gatsby messed up our camera. And then went out of view. Okay.
But look how cute we are.
Look how cute we are now.
Look how cute that
we
cat
fixed
is.
The camera. He's now lurking behind.
Ominously.
Let me see if I can.
He is ominously
I have
lurking.
to show you his ominous lurking. Because.
Look at the cat.
Look at him just lurking there.
Like, when's he gonna fuck up the computer? When's he gonna do it? He knows that all those plugs are important.
One of these days, he. Oh, well, I can't keep that going. So, let's go
Aww.
to the next question as he apologized for us. To us. Apologize for us.
Showing off his butt.
Showing off his butt as Blogtoven retakes third place. Eden Peterson is in fourth. Hordarian Jedi still in fifth. And Stephen Premmel loves the lion cut. I mean, you never know when things will change, Jas Fadson Montgomery. Maybe this time you won't plummet as we go to question number 11.
Ooh.
Andy Kaufman lip-synced which song on the first episode of Saturday Night Live? Was it the national anthem, the Mighty Mouse theme song, the Meow Mix song, or Video Killed the Radio Star?
This is where we learn that I have no idea when Video Killed the Radio Star.
7 of you got
was
it
out.
correct. It is the Mighty Mouse theme song.
Video Killed the Radio Star
Was after SNL premiered. Yeah.
I was like, I feel like SNL is like old though.
SNL premiered on October 11th, 1975, before Star Wars.
Wow.
So before SNL is older than Star Wars.
Wow.
But just barely. Yeah. That's why I put it. Was because Video Killed the Radio Star was the first video to air on MTV, so I thought it was a funny joke.
Yes, that's the
And
thing
also,
is I'm
yeah.
really used to the cover.
Yeah.
It's a good cover.
It's a great cover. You know what else is great? Our friends on the leaderboard.
Peaches, because they come from a can. They
They
were
do.
put there by a man. It was in a factory downtown.
It was, but you know who's not downtown? Horde Jedi, who's in fourth, and Sarm Smith, who's in fifth place. The rise of the Jedi has begun.
And Jas Fadson
Has
correctly
has plummeted down the leaderboard. That is true. Speaking of words, here are the words that make up our next question. Which of these is Kevin Smith's first feature film?
Oh.
Clerks, Mallrats, Dogma, or Yoga Hosers? Seen here is someone.
Extra points to anyone who's seen Yoga Hosers.
Yoga Hosers was a wild movie that only someone on Instagram was like, I think Kevin Smith has sold out. And Kevin Smith was like, I made Yoga Hosers. That's not the movie of someone who's become a machine.
That's the opposite of selling out.
I played evil sausages in a movie that gave my daughters and my friend's daughter roles. But yeah. Yeah, it is the second in his trilogy with Moose Jaws, which is Jaws,
Yes.
but about a moose coming up later. But yeah, all of you got it correct. It's Clerks. Let's see if anyone answered fast enough to shake up the leaderboard. No. Which makes sense, because if everyone gets it right, you have to be so quick. But, it didn't change much. Let's go to the next question. Question 13, which is a double
Lucky
points
number
question.
13.
Which developer created Superliminal, the first game Riley went rogue to play on Googie Morning? Is that Devolver Digital, Pillow Castle, Uphill Promise, or Triband? Seen here are two people having a fun time going rogue and playing games.
I'm guessing 100%.
And on those episodes, Elena, Riley's wife, joined him in going rogue, and they both shouted, "Tony Hawk!" every time they jumped or fell far.
That's what I have to say. I got it right!
4 of you got it correct. It is, in fact, Pillow Castle.
But I'm still in 6th place!
Triband was the developer of What the Golf, which Riley recently 100%ed on Googie Morning, in case you missed it.
I did.
Let's see who didn't miss it by checking the leaderboard. Premel's still in first, but Blogtoven close.
So
Less than 100 points away in second place. Hordarian Jedi, less than 100 points away from Blogtoven in third. Offbeat Valerie and Sarm Smith still well within striking distance of any of our 3 leaders as we go to question number 14. Before they were Daily Show correspondents, Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert co-starred together on which show? The Ben Stiller Show, The Critic, The Dana Carvey Show, or This Hour Has 22 Minutes? As seen here is someone watching comedy while eating some popcorn. He's having a good old time. Look how happy he is.
I guessed based on what I want most to exist.
Look at that guy. 6 you got it correct. It was, in fact, The Dana Carvey Show.
I hoped it was This Hour Has 22
They're all
minutes.
real shows.
But that's so funny. Is
That's
it a
a
good
real
show?
It's like a fake news satire show as well.
Ooh. Oh, The Critic
And
is
The Critic
one of the
is great,
finest
yeah.
cartoons
A bunch
ever
of the
made.
classic era Simpsons people worked together to make The Critic.
I love me some cartoons.
Fun fact about the Ben Stiller Show, Carell and Colbert didn't, but Bob Odenkirk and David Cross did work together on the Ben Stiller Show before making Mr. Show with Bob and David.
Oh.
So it was an iconic duo's early collaborative space where they wrote together. Let's go to the leaderboard. Premel all the way down into 4th. That caused so much chaos. Chaos reigns right now as Blogtoven is in first. Hordarian Jedi is on a hot streak with 7 correct answers in a row. That's more than anyone else has. And Offbeat Valerie is in 3rd place. But let's see if this chaos continues or if things stabilize a bit. So we go to our next question. Words, Words, Words is an album by Bo Burnham, Mitch Hedberg, Chris Gethard, or George Carlin. Seen here are CDs.
Words.
One of the mediums in which albums were produced or distributed before the internet came. 4 of you got it correct. It is, in fact, Bo Burnham, who also made Inside.
It's okay, Horde Jedi. I also fucked up that one.
Horde Jedi fucked up, as did Emily Pineapple. But let's see who else fucked up on the leaderboard.
I'm 1,000 points behind you, Sarm.
So no one, it doesn't look like any of our top 4 people got it correct either, though. So that could be the answer that someone needs out there to be within striking distance of the leaderboard. But I think this next, all eyes on me, am I right? Yeah. Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Probably doesn't know the answer to our next question. George Lucas used what weapon to murder the Darth Maul chair and inflatable BB-8? Eagle-eyed viewers may have heard this mentioned earlier in this show, and some of you could even look at it right now as you answer the question. Was it a fork, a Mickey Mouse knife, his lightsaber, or his teeth? It is a callback, Stephen Premel. I didn't know anyone was going to mention it today, so I had to not give anything away when it came up earlier. Wouldn't it be incredible if it was his teeth? If George just had razor sharp canines?
I mean, you could probably tear pretty good.
Yeah, but 8 of you got it correct.
Strong.
It was, in fact, a Mickey Mouse knife from the 1938 World's Fair.
Ooh.
Let's see who... Star Wars rankings didn't change. That's true.
No
it could still be his teeth. Who knows?
Still could.
Who knows? Who knows when we'll see George Watto and Cotner again?
He might have replaced his teeth with Mickey Mouse knives.
Or they may be digital. They may be digital magic.
Digital. We'll never know.
You know what else I think we'll all see together?
Huh.
Our next question. In 1980, ABC created which sketch comedy show in an attempt to create its own Saturday Night Live? Was that Mad TV Fridays, Saturday Sketch, or Sunday Night Live? Seen here is ABC, the 3-letter acronym for the American Broadcasting Company, which is currently owned by the Walt Disney Company, which was created by Walt Disney, weirdo, utopian, and just bad person. But 6 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, Fridays. The show ran from 1980 to 1982, and the cast included both future Seinfeld co-creator Larry David and future Seinfeld star and bad opinion haver Michael Richards.
Bad opinion haver?
Yes. Yes, bad opinion haver and bigotry enthusiast Michael Richards. But let's go to the leaderboard. Blogtoven is in first, Hordarian Jedi in second. Yes, that was the bad opinion I was talking about.
Also, the racism.
That was the bad opinion, was his fondness for using racial slurs to
big racism
say things on
fan.
stage. Big, bad problems, bad opinions. But he was on this show. And it is weird that him and Larry David were on a show together before they made Seinfeld.
Big fan of fake science. That's racism.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he's intellectual about it or not. So that was why I didn't know if I could characterize it as that. But you know what I know I can characterize? Our next question as upcoming. And now it's here. Question 18. In the 1979 film The Jerk, who played the titular jerk? Is that Steve Martin, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, or Eddie Murphy?
Oh, criminy.
And movie night is when you might watch The Jerk. But 7 of you got it correct. It is in fact Steve Martin who plays Naven R. Johnson in what Mental Floss described as a rags to riches, back to rags, then back to riches story. Thank you, Planet Scum Live, and thank you, Horde Jedi.
I can't believe I missed this.
You did, though. It's a fun movie. I liked it. I haven't seen it in forever.
Like, I've read his books.
Ooh, he has a comedy true crime thriller show coming out later this year. That is very interesting. With Martin Short. Martin Short, star of Clifford. And
the big red dog?
No. Clifford,
the medium-sized red dog?
No, Clifford the evil child.
Unfortunately small.
No, Clifford the evil child.
Who's Clifford the evil child?
It's a movie where he played an evil child named Clifford. Oh. And it was just discussed. Hyper Clifford. It just got revisited on Blank Check.
Oh.
As Blank Check 2, Hyper Clifford, where they did a second episode on it because they love it.
Clifford the big weird boy.
That is very accurate. And Tom Sharpling made the revisiting of it happen, and Tom Sharpling has a screen-used Clifford costume.
I would love Clifford.
I think you would. I haven't seen it, but our friend Joe Sams, who was on our Puppet episode, also loves Clifford.
We gotta have another puppet episode.
We gotta have another puppet episode with him.
CBC 9000.
Yeah, with CBC 9000.
Yeah.
But also, Joe Sams has a whole public access studio that he now has. A whole studio's worth of public access equipment. So we should talk to him about that as well. I don't know if the Blank Check episode was a GLTS stretch goal or not. I think it was in part because of his donations, but I know that he still had an Irishman that was ready to be redeemed in the old Irishman Plus format, but I don't think it can be anymore.
Oh, like the board meeting that has yet to be redeemed on Planet Scum Live? Just saying.
Well, anywho, let's go to the leaderboard. Still static, but Premel is back in the game with 3 in a row. There's only 2 questions left, so let's see if Stephen Premel can return to first place by going to our next question. Question number 19. Which Saturday Night Live alumni voiced Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz on The Simpsons? Was that Al Franken, Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman, or John Lovitz?
I think I know this.
Al Franken, of course, was a senator. But he was not Troy McClure or Lionel Hutz. That was Phil Hartman.
I just remember Dana Carvey, because I know Dana wrote for The Simpsons.
No.
No?
That was Dana Gould. Dana Carvey was...
2 people should not be allowed to be named Dana.
Dana Carvey was not going to do it, wouldn't be prudent. When he was George Bush on Saturday Night Live, he was the church lady.
No, 2 humans are not allowed to have the same first name.
He was Garth in Wayne's World. Was Dana Carvey?
Really?
Dana Carvey was Garth.
I like him so much better than Dana.
And he was
Gould.
the master of surprise. He was turtly enough for the turtle.
I absolutely thought they were the same human
Dana
literally
Carvey
until this
is
moment.
also,
I realized I had no idea who Dana Gould was in this moment
Dana
because
Gould
I
is
thought you were talking about
Dr. Zaius.
this guy.
But he was also from
San Francisco?
San Carlos. He was from the Bay Area and went to SF State.
And he went to SF State. SF State has a really good
great film program. When I was going
really
to
good film
UC Santa
program.
Cruz, a number of people transferred out, and they made a good decision. Yeah, Phil Hartman's
Better
Bill
than
Clinton.
at UCLA.
Phil Hartman's Bill Clinton was great. Yeah, you got a lot more hands-on filmmaking experience, and all the people I know, one of the people I know
Now works on Hollywood movies.
works on Hollywood movies and also great comedy shows. Much like I work on this trivia. And you know what's part of this trivia? The leaderboard. Offbeat Valerie is now in second. Stephen Premmel rising up into third. The erstwhile leader can still win this.
There's only 8 people here, right? In this particular game?
There were at the beginning.
There's 8 people playing.
I can't see. No, I think there's additional people playing.
Okay, because I'm in 8th place.
Horde Jedi really messed up, says Planet Scum Live.
Horde Jedi really messed up. Horde Jedi!
But Horde Jedi...
Speak to the gooberry!
Horde Jedi also could still win,
sins.
though. And do you know why?
Why?
I mean, honestly, even Sarm Smith could... Fuck, this was supposed to be double points, so you can't. Who was the first person to deliver Saturday Night Live's famous opening line live from New York at Saturday night? Was that Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, or Gilda Radner? If this was double points, that segue would have been perfect. But it wasn't. So, yeah.
Speak to the gooberry of your crimes!
Hi, Gooberry. So I forgot to go to a drop down and set
Yep.
this as a double points question. So I did a whole thing, and then the whole thing didn't actually make any sense or lead to anything. Mm-hmm. So I just I had clear foreshadowing that I just completely failed to pay off. I'm some sort of Skywalker rising.
So, hold on to it. This is your response from the gooberry.
I see.
You have been absolved of your sins.
The answer was Chevy Chase.
Damn it! I got it wrong again!
And Chevy Chase actually delivered the line on all but 2 of the first season's 24 episodes. Which I just thought was a weird factoid, because I don't know. I mean, he might remember, because he's Chevy Chase and I'm not. But let's go to the podium. That was his catchphrase, was I'm Chevy Chase and you're not. But in third place, and I'm not, is Stephen Premmel. With 15 out of 20 correct. In second place with 16 out of 20, it's Offbeat Valerie. And in first place with 16 out of 20, it is Blog Toven. In fourth and fifth, it's Sarm Smith and Hordarian Jedi. Congratulations, everybody, and thank you so much for playing our game. That's how happy the Gooberry is, as Gatsby is standing directly in our light.
No, Gatsby, I want him to meet the gooberry.
I think he's scared of the Gooberry. I don't think he likes the Gooberry.
He's not afraid of it.
He's not afraid, no goo.
Like how you can't see Gatsby in this equation. Come on, Cat. Be cinematic.
Of course, as soon as I turn the other camera so that you can see him, he also moves again.
This cat has no camera awareness.
No, I think he does. I think he does. He just doesn't care. He doesn't. He wants us to. We have to talk to his agent, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gatsby is a master of chaos. I agree.
Yo.
Sarm Smith. Gatsby keeps you guessing.
He does.
Gatsby went to film school.
Gatsby did actually go to film school. Gatsby lived in a home with... No, he actually never lived with any film students.
Oh, okay. He only lived with other
None
majors.
of us were film students. We just made films. Thus was UCLA. All the kids who came to UCLA and LA to make films and realized that they only take 15 kids into a program that does not teach you any practical film skills.
Nice lighting, Gatsby.
Right?
Nice lighting, Gatsby. Get out of my light, please.
No.
Or don't. I thought he was going to, so it would be funny if I said it, but then he didn't. There he goes. Thank you, Kitty.
Bye, Kitty.
So that's been our show.
That's been our show
If you
today.
have loved or even just merely enjoyed playing trivia today and want to play some more trivia written by
And you like this
us,
fantastic ASMR going on.
you can do
with
Grand
just the-
Trivia this Friday at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern, where we'll do some more trivia outside of the bounds of comedy and Planet Scum. And those ones have some punch-ups by intern Pug. They have more jokes. Well,
And also,
I don't know.
a bunch of madness happens. Specialized interns that were genetically engineered for
Okay, so
trivia.
Okay,
Write the trivia for this show.
clarify
So you
this.
all really need to see this
Let me
show. It's
clarify
trivia
this.
from outside of time and space, run by an evil network of fish people who would argue that based on the genomic changes that occurred over time, humanity is not unlike the orcs.
Right.
Compared to the elves' fish.
See, so some of my genetic material is the mud
Yes.
that they were raised out of.
Yes.
I assume. I'm pretty good at trivia, so I assume
Yes.
that any multidimensional trivia show I see involves me in some way.
You remember the scene with the Urukais?
Yeah, I'm
Breaking out of
yeah.
their strange ground wombs to immediately murder
Yeah.
the orcs that were made to create them.
Yeah, essentially what I'm saying is I'm a trivia ground womb. That's what I'm saying. Does that make
Ground
sense?
womb.
Does that make sense? Oh,
Do it!
yeah, feel free to do that.
it!
Stephen Premmel fan arts are
Do
always
I
a
will
wonderful
read
thing
it
to see. They will
live.
well, Christy will read it.
I will perform it.
Enjoy making some tacos before the show. This is Ish. And thank you all. Can the ground have hysteria? Good question, Jazz Fad from Montgomery.
The
Good
Earth is
question.
having hysteria right now. I know we're saying it's global warming, but really I just think that it has hysteria and we should, jack it off?
Is that why our moon went all wobbly?
Yeah,
That's why
it's
our moon's
because of
going
the
wobbly?
hysteria of the Earth. It's just a silly woman. That's the Earth. That's why it's heating up. Good old-fashioned sexism.
And again, if you want to learn facts like that, you can play Grand Trivia this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 12 a.m. Sorry, 9 p.m. Pacific,
needs to
12 a.m. Eastern. So you can watch it there. And of course, watch Planet Scum Live later tonight at Planet Scum Live. And with that, I think we say good night and gooberry.